Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great, hope you are doing amazing. A lot of you guys have been asking me about a dedicated support class in Anthem, and while I think we could see a new Javelin with that archetype in a year or less, I felt it would be a great way to show you guys how to gear up with your existing class of Javelins for a support role. So hopefully this will fix all your problems. To make things a little bit easier, I have grouped them into two groups. It's going to be labeled as offensive support group and the defensive support group. The Ranger class has two support abilities which will probably see more additions in the future. You have the bulwark point, which is the Ranger ability that deflects incoming projectiles. This is a large bubble that your entire squad can stay under. It will not heal you or your allies, but it will protect against incoming enemy fire, so this is a defensive support ability. In the second part of this ability, you have the muster point. This is an ability that creates a bubble like the bulwark point, but instead of deflecting projectiles, this actually increases weapon damage for you and all your allies. So that is going to be an offensive support ability. So in terms of defensive and offensive support, the Ranger gets 1 point for each one. The next one that we're going to take a look at is going to be the Interceptor. Other than other abilities, the Interceptor has a target beacon, which is an ability that marks targets and increases damage to that target. There's also what is known as Rally Cry, and that is an ability that removes status effects from allies. So at the end, this Javelin also has one offensive support ability and one defensive support ability. When we look at the Storm Javelin, we can definitely see that the Storm is a mage from head to toe. Storm has the Hoarfrost shards that freezes enemies in place. It also has a large wind wall that blocks all enemy projectiles. And also it has the Nexus ability, which reduces gear cooldown for all abilities. These three abilities are mostly defensive abilities, and they will give Storm a 2.5, and that is going to be on the defensive support side, and a 0.5 on the offensive support side. Now that 0.5 will be for the second half of the Nexus ability, because if you really look at it, reducing gear cooldown could work offensively and defensively. The Colossus Javelin, which is the last one, has a deflector pulse that grants nearby allies a resistance buff. Everything else will be to the benefit of a solo play with a Colossus Javelin. So when we look at the scores right here, you can definitely see that every Javelin is built with a support gear item. But if you are looking for something in terms of a healer, then I will suggest that you go for the Interceptor or the Colossus. The Interceptor has the Rally Cry, which will remove all status effects. Now, it doesn't really heal you. However, removing status effects can be quite useful when it comes to high level content where you will be facing titans or spiders or any enemy that will be dealing a lot of status damage. The Colossus on the other end is going to be another great one because it reduces overall incoming damage for a set time. If you can get a Storm with a Nexus ability, this can result in a Colossus and Interceptor being able to cast their abilities often. And with those two abilities combined, your squad can be almost invincible. Now, in other words, the Colossus will be your go-to defensive class. In terms of being a support class or a support healer, that is the only thing that will be quite closer to that. With the Deflector Pulse ability, you will literally be able to grant all your teammates a damage resistance. Now, I hope this video helps. Let me know if you have any further questions and I will try my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.